Hand clap to the master, guys. We're finally back again for another one on the one and only Mystelics Reaction channel. Brothers and sisters, there's something going on in the NA channel of the Caribbean. Hopefully we can uncover it here in this here reaction video. This is why you have to watch the full video and not in pieces, brothers and sisters. We're going to be breaking down things for you guys right there. Of course, big up all the Mystelics YouTube family. I've tuned into yet another reaction video, of course. And the newcomers out there, big up yourself as well for tuning into this here reaction video. If you have not done so, guys, definitely subscribe to the best reaction channel across the Caribbean, brothers and sisters. The best. Nothing but the best, man. And of course, big up to you guys out there. Don't forget to download the Mystelics Tube app. And of course, subscribe and turn on that post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through right there. Subscribe, click the bell, and then click all so you can get all the notifications, and definitely download the Mystelics Tube app right there. That'll be in the first comment in the comment box below as well. Now guys, you pretty much see that there was some whole celebration and congratulations of number of schools across Dominica have done well in the exams, the primary school exams right there, brothers and sisters. And of course, you know, at the end of primary school exams, I have to call it, I don't know what they call it now, it have all kind of names with it, man. But anyways, on the basis of them going to secondary school, and of course this was the criteria given for individuals who would get the scholarships and individuals who get the bursaries, individuals who have gotten A, 4 A's or 3 A's, 1 B, or 2 A's, 2 B's, or 3 A's and 1 C, which pretty much gives up the total right there. And of course, the bursaries got 2 A's, 1 B, 1 C, or they can get 2 A's, 2 C's, or pretty much B's alone. And of course, the rest, I guess, they get the pass, what is known as a pass. I don't think they have that again. They pass to go to school, man. Everybody else getting to go to school. Whether you get 0 or F, you still getting to go up. So I guess that is on the basis of actually giving individual scholarships and bursaries as well. Scholarships is the full pass to go for your books and stuff, and of course bursaries get like a half scholarships or something like that. They pay for half their books or something like that, and they get to go into secondary school right there. And of course, guys, it's really interesting some of the things that is taking place. But something that a number of persons don't seem to know is that behind the scenes there might be some other interesting things taking place, especially with students who may have received the wrong grades. So while you're thinking you maybe do well or you do terrible or whatnot, I would urge individuals who are there who expected better from their grades, or who have worked hard and expected better in their grades, I would urge you guys to go and clarify that for yourself, please. The parents out there, go and clarify that for yourself, please, because there's a number of these sort of reports. From my understanding, I can't say certain things, but there's a number of reports right there. So if you feel like your child would have done better, or there's a possibility that the grade was messed up, and you might want to go and have that checked. I know some individuals who have gone to have that checked, and well, the grades changed. So you might want to go and check that out, brothers and sisters. Especially if you felt like your child would have done well, and then you seen a kind of a grade. Maybe the child got the wrong grade. Okay, I'm just putting that out there for you guys right there. Talking about little youths right there, brothers and sisters. Before I get into that, guys, congratulations to everybody out there who have done well in these primary end of primary school exams. It doesn't mean it means absolutely nothing in reality, but I guess if you get a scholarship and bursary, it actually means something right there. Aim for the, don't get me wrong, aim for the best in whatever particular thing that you do. Even if it's painting, aim for the best, man. If it's school, you go into primary school, whatever it is, you know, aim for the best. But don't always, parents should not make their children believe that schooling system is the way forward, especially in Dominica, where the schooling system is failing little ones. Especially understanding what they're teaching in school doesn't necessarily add up to what reality is. And therefore, you're only doing things in school because that's what the school says you have to do. But in reality, you're not going to use anything that they're teaching you, especially in terms of advance in technology. How is that helping? I know in places like Barbados, they want to do things a bit differently, understanding that there's a change in the educational system. Are we still doing the same thing? Are we adapting? What exactly is going on in Dominica when it comes on to that? So don't always look at school as, oh, that person did well, or that person didn't do too well, or whatnot, and think that person is not smart. Sometimes you might be academically inclined, which are people who end up being workers, and there are people who are, you know, who are skill set based, and the skill set people who pretty much run the world, people who understand how the system works, they are the one who run the world. So don't always look at your child. If your child didn't do well academically, don't always think that your child might be, your child might have some other skill set. But I would urge individuals out there to please go and rectify the grades, just in case if you feel like your child would have done better in the subject matters. And so just putting that out there for you guys right there. Now, talking about the little youth right there, guys, did we forget this one? Have we forgotten this one? The big question I want to ask, and I don't seem to hear anything on the social media waves or the radio, nothing like that. Did the police stop search for the little one? Did they stop? Have you guys heard if the police announced that they have stopped search for the little one, or are they still searching, or are they pretending to search without actually searching, but make it look like they're still searching while everybody's out there chilling and relaxing and stuff? So to the point where they're not searching at all, not giving any statement saying that they have stopped searching, and they're just relaxing and then waiting for the whole thing to blow over. So the big question here is, and you guys can tell me in the comment box below as well, have they stopped searching for the missing little one? Because it's clearly their fault that she's still missing today. Because they literally took the life of the one man. The one man that would know or have the potential to know where this little one is. Talking about that, guys, we back with Popo again. Popo, you remember this guy? You remember this guy? All right. This guy, of course, was apparently, well, based on the reports right there, was drunk and high off his backside. You know how the thing go, and actually shot this individual's cousin 4 times in the back. Right? So this individual right there, they took him inside and what have you, brothers and sisters. And of course, the police officer was arrested for shooting, for illegal shooting, I think they call it. This was actually on the Nature Isle News, NIN. You guys can definitely check that out right there. Nature Isle News, type it in. Police have arrested one of their own as investigation intensifies into the weekend shooting of Glenn Bruni Jr. Nature Isle News has confirmed with the police constable that this individual right there, Ransom, has been formally arrested for the illegal pelleting of Mr. Glenny Bruni Jr. Right there. Of course, more information as a result of that will definitely come through as a result of this thing. But I know police like to protect their own. So the big question is, well, hopefully the individual who was pelleted didn't, pass away. Hopefully that's not the case at all. Hopefully he's recovering and recuperating. But I think after you recuperate, you should then go behind the same police department. You should go behind them. You should definitely do that. Because it's under their duty that their individual has stated right there, one of their own is under investigation. So he acted on behalf of them, from my understanding. And therefore, Bruni should definitely go and seek some sort of, compensation. Don't you think so? I think you should do that. I think you should do that as well. Because if you don't do this, this is going to continue. The continuation of these things needs to stop. And like I said before, I have friends and family who are police officers, who are part of this authority. So I'm not lambasting about when they're not speaking about nothing and things are happening. Well, what comes for them must come for them, brothers and sisters. I understand you trying to save your job, and man, you checking, boy, bond that man want to talk, I not talking to, I get my money and I roll out. The other day we was trying to get some money and thing. Hopefully we had get our money. I don't know if they get the raise or whatnot, but I don't think so. I think they got they got an early money last year, right there. But that's another story. But I think you should definitely get some sort of compensation for that. Now moving along, guys, in this regard, let me know your thoughts on this regard. Do you think the individual who was shot should get some sort of compensation? Who exactly should he get it from? Should he get it from this individual, or should he get it from the state? What are your thoughts on this, guys? Especially on the consideration that he was what? Illegally, Some individuals actually stated that, an individual from Montserrat, who is also a police officer, stated that police officers can carry their arms. They can carry their what do you call that? The tool. They can carry their tool. If you get my drift. They can carry their tool. Whereas some other officers stated that no, he cannot carry his tool. It's only a certain level of individuals that can carry their tool. So how does it go in Dominica? Can they carry their tool? But furthermore, he was stated to be drunk. He stated that he was drunk and high off his grits. So it's interesting, brothers and sisters. It's interesting. But when you have incompetence, you expect to breed incompetence. You expect this kind of craziness to happen. They're supposed to be protecting people, but you know what? Let me take four bullets and put it in your backside for Ted Calbas. Anyways, guys, moving along right there. Of course, we know about the incident of this individual returning to Kyrie FM. And of course, this is Atherton Martin on that same situation. His thoughts on this. Let's take a listen.
Our children are our treasure. Our children are our future. Anyone who attempts to destroy, contaminate our treasure and our future must be called out and must be held publicly accountable for that crime against our future. Kyrie FM harbors a program host who has engaged in an activity that actually aims to destroy another one of our children.
So this is what he was offering the little one right there, for him to be able to, you know, make lollipop out of the viscous innards.
Another one of our young ladies. We call on Kyrie.
Well, this is what's alleged. Let me see alleged.
To get rid of that contaminant. Get rid of that toxic host. And if you don't, we shut you down.
That's very interesting right there. The owner of Kyrie FM also indicated that some sentiment in this crowd. How can he have, and I played the audio, and he said it, how can he have a man like that on his thing? He cannot have this. He cannot have this. But then he put him back. He put him back, and I think he made some statement stating that we cannot judge people or some kind of nonsense. Guys, let me tell you something about judging. Everybody judges. When you want to pretend that you don't want to judge people, you either judge people verbally or you judge them in your mind. And as a result of you judging them, you act in accordance to what you think that person is based on what you see. Everybody judges people on the basis because they know what is right and what is wrong. People just want to bypass and say, oh, because everybody else doing wrong and thing, it's okay for another person to do wrong. Especially if that person is an influencer, some sort of influencer on a media platform. That shouldn't be right at all. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Especially have people who are influencers in society. You cannot have people who are influencers in society come in and do things and they just getting scot-free. Well, on the basis that we don't know what exactly happened, maybe they paid off the family or something. Maybe they give the family money and the family self don't talk it. So if the family don't talk it, what we have to do with that? But you understanding that they are still coming on the radio station to have some sort of influence in the public. You want to bypass this and don't go court and, don't go court and so forth. Then that's fine if the family doesn't want to do that. But you have an individual coming on the radio station who has been, has been stated to have been writing different things to underage little people. Offering $800 to pay tongue twister with some let me leave that alone. But guys, I don't think the individual should have been reinstated. I don't care how funny he is. You did, and people like to say that he made a mistake. What kind of mistake you making? Even if the same girl was telling you she don't want to do this, she don't want to do that, she not part of that kind of life, she tell you those things, giving you hints for you to stop your dirty ways. But no, you move from $250 to $800, and they bring you back on the radio station as if nothing happened. I don't mind whatever happened. They settle out of court. That's the parents and these people. They organize themselves. If they organize themselves, that's them. But the fact that you come back on the public sphere to do these kind of things, I think that's a bit interesting. That's an interesting one right there. And it kind of reminds you of a certain pastor in Portsmouth too. Wrong is wrong. Wrong is wrong, and I'm not saying that you cannot forgive. Of course, you must forgive people, especially if they do certain things, and if the family want to forgive who they forgive, no doubt about it. But when it comes back to a precedence where you had the ability, fully knowing what you were doing, just for you to try to entice somebody. This is why I always ask the question, if you are doing something, if you come out and volley somebody thing, and he's like, boy, I'm sorry, you cry, only cry, you cry. And on the basis, there are different understandings for these things where people push comes to shove. I understand that part. Push comes to shove, so you have no other choice. You want to feed your family or something, you do certain things. And if you get caught, you say, alas, I didn't have a choice, I had to do this. I understand this kind of vibes there. But when you didn't have no push come to shove whatsoever, and you chose to do it yourself, should you be allowed back in the public sphere? I think you should take a seat. I don't say cast you aside, no. But you should take a seat. Because you're coming back to influence people. And if you're coming back to influence people and give your jokes and making all those kind of things there, I mean, people don't find that interesting. This is why the youths them growing up and growing up corrupt themselves too. Because of the very thing that we allow in society, because it's my partner, my people that support me, so I'll always do this for them and protect them and whatnot. You allow him back on the station, and on the basis giving some time to reflect and say certain things, come out to the public and finally apologize to the public and say, guys, I know I did this and I don't know, some kind of, I know I did this and I have noticed my ways in the area of my dirty ways, and I like to say sorry about that, and I take some time out for you to recuperate. I think the public would understand but that much better. But you don't take it, you have a month or you have a month and a half. Guys, what else? Maybe just me. Like I said before, I understand forgiveness. I understand there are certain things that push people to do certain things. I understand that. But when you don't have nobody pushing to do certain things, and you willfully do that on your own, should you then come back to be an influencer in the public? What are your thoughts, guys? Let me know your thoughts in the comment box below right there. Now, guys, this is where it gets interesting. And I stated this on my WhatsApp a while ago. No international airport is going to be building, by the way. No international airport. None whatsoever will be building. How do I know this? Trust me. No international airport is going to be built. The only thing that might happen, guys, is they might try to extend the Menville Airport, aka the Douglas Charles Airport. How do I know about there certain situations involving building an international airport where they don't even know that the ground that they're going to build on is good for an international airport or not? They have no clue. And one of the reasons why I know these guys, they actually called me for me to do an aerial shot for me to look at the swamp areas there. That's one of the ways I know this. Secondly, where's the money? Remember, they stated in the thing that they were going to give $1 billion for them to start building international airport. And then they said in December of last year that they're going to sign a contract to start building international airport. We are 7 months in the 2022 year, right? 7 months in, brothers and sisters. We don't hear nothing. We hear that the Prime Minister talk about building a international airport building. I stated that in the previous video. They want to build an international airport building, not the international airport. And there's words going around stating that they will be extending the Marigot and Melville Airport instead. Because remember, when they had the whole ceremony, they had to get a certain amount of money for them, I guess, to pay people off and this kind of things there for them to start clearing the land and so forth and so forth. But on the basis of understanding this, there's also the building part. Now, the building part would pretty much be they using the money and then they have to repay the individuals, and the individuals have to sell the Dominican passports and stuff for him to get repaid. But if CBI is going down, where is the money going to? What are you going to repay who? Are you going to repay who? Anyways, guys, I just decided to put that out there, okay? So you guys understand. No international airport is going to be built. None. Let that sink in on the promises that they've made since 2014 election. Since 2014. 2019, another election. It's the same international airport. All between 2014 and 2019, they were saying an international airport is high to maintain. You know, they were saying these kind of things. And they were right. They was, if you guys remember, that the Prime Minister them was saying an international airport is expensive to maintain. Remember, you guys don't remember that? Go on there, Dominica News Online, and see if you can get back that information. But of course, I sure that one of the Facebook pages, what is it named? Keep It Real. I think that is the Facebook page. I think they have that there as well when the Prime Minister was talking about the international airport is high too expensive or to maintain. You guys can do your research. I don't always do reaction I doing. Anyways, guys, what I said did a video reaction. That's crazy. But anyways, guys, there's something circulating all over Facebook right there, and this is one of them. Let me make sure I make this bigger for you guys. And there's a question that was asked. Daily breaking news from the Dominican political group right there. Is it true that a senior public servant and her husband were both claiming mileage on the same vehicle that the financial secretary is now demanding the repayment of $41,000? Brothers and sisters, hints she skinned out her but you know he's in that place anyway. He's in that place at all. Anyways, so apparently on the same vehicle they claiming mileage, a government vehicle, whatnot, they claim mileage, or they claim mileage on their vehicle. And they claim one, okay, let's say the vehicle mileage is 100,000. Let's say it's 1,000. So the wife claimed the 1,000, and the same husband come and claim 1,000. So both of them getting returns from the mileage that they use on their vehicles. So that is what is being stated right there. The big question that day, guys, is that the case? Okay, there's another one going out there, guys, and of course, this individual is stating something very interesting right there. I had dinner with a TNT politician. Hold on. Okay, this is another one right there. I had dinner with a TNT Trinidad and Tobago politician last evening, and the man is telling me that this individual, Brother Skero, has to go. I asked why, but instead the man asked me if I know any individual known as this name, Anthony Swanso. The man went on to tell me that the pressure is being put on the Brother Skero by regional leaders to end his personal relationship with Hayden, apparently. I said, what? The boy? Alright. The man said, bro, that international airport money gone. This is the first time I'm reading this, by the way, guys. This is the first time I'm reading this. This was circulating, and of course I have to react to it. Anyways, the man said, bro, that international airport money is gone. Bro, that Wesley airport gone. Bro, if they had to cut and fill Wesley, it would take 20 years to complete that international airport. I just stated a while ago on the same thing where they called me for me to go and do aerial drone on the thing, and I told them the police have my drone and so forth. They wrote me letter and see if I can send that to police and tell them to call. All kind of thing that was happening, brothers and sisters, because they check in. They don't know if the area is full of swamp. They know there's some sort of waterways and all. But remember, guys, there's also water coming up from the earth as well. This is why they're talking about the 20 years to complete the airport. They'll have to backfill it. Brothers and sisters, fill up a thing that is constantly flowing will cause utter chaos, which means that the place that they have designed or designated for the international airport is not good. There's swamp regions. They want me to come and fly aerial drone for me to locate the swamp regions in that place for them to see if they can, do some backfilling or whatever there. There's also some natural sites that are there as well. They even located one of the individuals' burial grounds. One of the people back in 18 whatever, you notice his tomb somewhere around that region. So there are sentimental values in these areas. So they didn't plan. They didn't do no type of survey on the ground to figure out if that is a conducive area. I know the UWP back then did their own and figured that this was the best area for them to put the international airport, which would make sense as to why we having problems right now. Why grass is being built right now. Grass forest, brothers and sisters, is taking over that area, and they have anyways 20 years to complete the airport because it took 10 years to complete. What is that? Argyle and Wesley has more soil. Agile, I don't know what that is. Wesley has more soil excavation than Agile. I guess that's a place name. I say what? Anyways, the man then stated, Trevs, look, they're doing soil tests on Menville Hall with the view to extend the runway into the mountain. I say what? Well, there's some more information I have, guys, and I think I'll do that tomorrow, because I already don't extend this video too long, because if I have to continue this, there's a list of things, brothers and sisters. Some text messages with the individual involved in building the airport. So guys, definitely tune in tomorrow, man. Definitely tune in tomorrow. I should have done 2 videos today. I didn't know I was going to be going that deep into this thing. I myself, this is the first time I'm reading this stuff. After speaking to a number of individuals involved in the airport vibes, that's why I ended up telling you about the international airport is going to be built. And then I see this thing right there, which kind of coincides with exactly what I was saying. That's interesting, eh? You know when you're doing things, guys, and then all of a sudden just flows directly. Yeah, I'm feeling the sentiment right there, that it flows directly with this stuff. I told you I didn't read this stuff. This was just sent to me a number of times, and I put it in the queue. Brothers and sisters. We will continue from there. Brothers and sisters. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more. Let this video reach like 200 thumbs up, guys, so we can definitely drop the bangers right there. There's some interesting stuff taking place, man. Some very interesting stuff. And I heard that a certain individual and the Prime Minister fell out. They're not in good terms. They're not on speaking terms. The regional leaders themselves are not too happy with Brother Skero. You see, guys, you know the domino effect, where you think that everything is going to be fine and dandy, and that pressure mounted by the international individuals on the very CBI things that the CBI program that people felt were untouchable. Now, if an individual has to get his money, whatever money he has or has been given, to then, build in the international airport or whatever, and he has to get repaid for that by selling Dominica passports with the program that is being depleted. I mean, how can that person get back their money? And therefore, if they stated right there in this agreement, in this message, stating that all the money is gone, the man said, bro, that international airport money gone. Bro, that Wesley airport gone. Bro, if they had to cut and fill Wesley, cut. Remember, if you look at how the structure of the international airport layout is on the Wesley grounds, brothers and sisters, you realize it's slanting and having kind of slope and all kind of. That means you have to cut that flat. Plane not going to fly up here, brother. Plane not going to take land on runway and decide, hey, the hill going up, okay, we'll go this way and then go up and then jump. No. Only watching too much movie. Not so it can work. They have to cut the thing flat. And there are different waterways inside there, which means that they didn't properly do their proper work. They didn't properly do proper work for them to know if that is a conducive place for them to build the international airport. I mean, like I said before, when you have incompetence breed incompetence. And the funny thing is, the people allowed that to happen to them. Billions of dollars that could have helped the people, man. Let's go down the drain. Well, that's what the people want, man. That's what the people want. They keep putting these things and allowing themselves to be bamboozled. There's never been the type of level of hope I've ever seen in my life than the Dominican Labour Party supporters. There's never, in the history of the world, I've never seen the kind of hope. Hope like, whoa. But hey, everybody have the choice to vote for who they want. Hey, continue doing your thing. But just remember, your children will feel the blunt of your decisions. Just remember that. Guys, give this video a thumbs up if you understand it. If you want to see more, definitely subscribe and turn on our post notifications. We'll get into the vibrations tomorrow, brothers and sisters. So I hope we'll get into something tomorrow, brother. Don't worry. Hopefully nothing else comes up, because I have to do a different video on the whole gas thing. But I think it has a purpose right there. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on our post notifications so you can get all the videos as they tend to come through. And of course, guys, don't forget to download the Mystelics Tube app. I will see you guys in the next reaction video. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comment box below as well. Boom bang.